everyone. I am Tanya Hoffman, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Public Speakers Association, and I'm so excited to bring to you today the power of collaboration. I've got three plus me, incredible people that you need to know because they have the expertise that you need for your business that will really expand everything that you do, clarify things, and make you go, ooh. So what I want to talk to you a little bit about today is really about how do you create momentum for yourself in any business that you have. Now, I know a lot of you, public speaking is like, because I used to be that way. You know, I'm a recovering introvert. I have to admit there is a lot that I had to overcome, shakes and shimmers. And if I can do it, and now I'm speaking everywhere in front of any number of people, then you can too. It's just a matter of doing. But I'm telling you, there's nothing more effective for your marketing than public speaking. Getting in front of, most events are like 20 to 30 people, so it's not like you're in front of huge crowds, especially right away. It's about getting in front of people, getting your message out there, getting your name known, just marketing yourself as the expert that people need to know. So I want to encourage you to let me help you. Come to the Public Speakers Association. We have a great website. It's got games on there you can play, assessments. It's got fabulous people you need to know. So go to Public Speakers with an S, Association, all spelled out, .com, and find out more today. Find out how I can help you market you more, get your name known, get your message heard so that you can go out and really change this world. Now I'd like to introduce one of the most nicest guys you'll ever meet, Mr. Tom Ingracias. Tom, why don't you just take it on from here?
Oh, thank you, Tanya, so much. And I want to start out by asking a question. What do you want to do right now so that you don't regret not doing it a year from now? Think about that. Think about that. That's something that we don't often think about in life. Now, imagine this being the year when everything falls into place just the way you envision it. Do you have a plan to make that happen? Well, the best way for you to determine whether or not you're satisfied and productive both in your business and in life in general is to check in with yourself from time to time to identify what you're most passionate about. And at the Motivact Group, which is my company, that is what we help people to achieve. We help you to determine what you're most passionate about. And it's very important to do that. Now, how often do any of us take the time to step back from the hustle and bustle, the craziness of our daily lives, just to think about what are my hopes and my dreams and my goals and my aspirations? What are the things that are important to me, and what do I need to do in my life to make those things happen? So what I'd like to do for the next couple of minutes is to share a few very basic and very simple tips and techniques that you can use to help in your goal setting and your goal clarification process. And I'm going to, first of all, start out, it's a very simple process. It's a very simple principle, and I think Jack Canfield says it best: see what you want, get what you see. In order to get the things in life that you want, the things that are important to you, you have to know what those things are. So my first tip is to create one breakthrough goal for yourself. Take some time to think about, again, what is important to me? What are my hopes and my dreams and my aspirations and my goals? And then take that information and create what's called a breakthrough goal. Now, your breakthrough goal is something that represents a quantum leap from where you are now in life. And it's that goal that when you achieve it, it's going to knock your socks off. You're going to sit back and say, I never imagined I could achieve this goal. Now, for most of us, goal setting is a pretty intimidating process because it requires us to look into the future. It requires us to think about things that are unknown. It requires us to go inside of ourselves and identify things within us that might be blocking us from those goals. So I also have a very simple and a very effective goal setting system that I'm going to share today. And again, this system actually does also come from Jack Canfield, but I use it in my own life, and it has helped me to move my career from where it was 15 years ago to now where it is and where I want to be. And the system is called MTO, Minimum Target Outrageous. Every time you set a goal for yourself, start by setting a minimum goal. And your minimum goal is something that you know you can achieve because it's already within your reach, it's already within your power, and you see that's what gets the momentum going. You achieve that minimum goal pretty easily, and you don't want to stop there. You are motivated then to keep going. So then your target goal is something that's going to require you just a little bit more reach and stretch to achieve that target goal. Your outrageous goal, again, is that thing that when you achieve your outrageous goal, you are going to be blown away. You're not going to imagine that you could ever have achieved this thing. Think about it in these terms. How often have you said, oh, I'm just going to take 15 minutes and clean off this little corner of the kitchen counter because it's a mess. And an hour later, you have the entire kitchen organized and cleaned. You see, you started with that minimum goal, and then the momentum built, and you kept going. You didn't want to stop until you had the entire kitchen organized the way you wanted it to be. The system is so easy, and it's so simple, and it does work. I use this, again, all the time in my life and in my planning, both for my business and for my personal life. You know, nobody knows what's best for you but you. So take the time every day. Take time to focus on those things that are important to you. Continue on a daily basis to clarify your goals, and then to set the plan to actually achieve those goals. And before you know it, you're going to be at that outrageous goal level. And my one piece of closing advice is to have the courage to follow your heart, because your heart doesn't lead you in the wrong direction. It's through our heart that the universe speaks to us, and you will find your goal in that place where your mind meets your heart and your soul. So have the courage to take the risks, learn from the turtle. The turtle only makes progress when he sticks his neck out. And that's my piece of advice for today.
Perfect. And Tom, how do people get a hold of you?
You can reach me at the Motivact Group. Our website is www.motivactgroup.com, and you can reach me, Tom, at motivactgroup.com, and that's motivact.com.
Perfect. Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Now we're going to go to Miss Alicia White, who is so amazing. You're going to adore her. She does a lot of the graphics, not only for the Public Speakers Association, but for me personally, for my speaking career, my speaker sheets and stuff. So Alicia, why don't you take it on?
Thank you, Tanya. One of the things that I love about, what Tom was saying is when you're motivated and you start little, you start small, eventually you're going to get all of the pieces to the puzzle collected, and then that puzzle is going to be put together. And when you feel motivated and you feel good about yourself, then it's so easy to continue seeing your growth through, and then seeing that success from your growth. So one of the things that I do is I help people with their products, their branding, and specifically speakers, coaches, authors, and business experts. Because I have found that just like a business, a big business, when you think of JCPenney or McDonald's, they all have a brand. They all have a logo that they use, and it's used so that you can remember who they are. When you see that visual cue, you recognize, like Target has a circle, a red circle with a dot in the middle. And when you see that, even if it's just a portion of it or just for a split second, your mind recognizes that as Target. I want to do the same for individuals. I want to bring branding and their visual imagery and to life. I want to make sure it's consistent. When I work with a client, I take their content and create these stunning images, whether it's speaker sheets for speakers, PR sheets for authors, media kits for those who are looking for publicity. And then we also bring in the other foundation pieces, such as graphic banners for your website, your Facebook banners. And that is to make sure that your brand is cohesive and consistent throughout all platforms. When I use imagery, I use images that are congruent with who you are. You know, first we talk about what's your style. And I want you to think about what's your style? What makes you feel comfortable? Are you looking to be in a suit and tie and be formal and sophisticated? Or are you more casual and laid back? And the reason why I ask that is because if you're being your authentic self in front of your audience, then your brand should reflect who you are. There's no reason to put a stuffy brand with someone who is dynamic and exciting and engaging on stage, because it doesn't reflect well with the audience, and the audience has this conflict. Do I trust this person or not? Their message says this, which I really like, but their branding there's a conflict. So make it easy for your audience to look at you as a cohesive being. And that's why it's so important to brand your cat who's meowing during this video. Thank you. And I want to share my screen for just a little bit to walk you through some branding pieces that I did for an individual. Now, this is kind of exciting for me because I'm sharing a new platform here with you. And in order to do that, I'm just going to pick a window and share just a few things. So first, what you will see on your screen is a book cover for a client of mine who is big in LinkedIn and things of that nature. Well, one of the things we did is we knew that her audience was male, her demographic was male population. They were Fortune 50 clients. But she also wanted some fun because that's who she is. She has a lot of energy. She's a very sweet person. And so we were able to take, if you look, for example, this graph right here, that appeals to a male census because it's very analytical and linear, as well as the stripes that where we've placed the title of her books. But you know what we did because she's so fun? We use the colors. I mean, these are bright, engaging colors. And this is something that is carried out through her entire brand, even on her advertisement in magazines, as well as on her order forms and on her website. This linear approach, again, these bars and graphs, appeals to that male demographic. But then we have the color that comes in there and really sets the stage for her as an energetic, warm, and sweet person. Then the other kind of brandings that you can do, and I will, that you might want to think about, is when it comes to the different kind of designs that you want to, if you have a brand, you want to make sure that it showcases throughout your entire project. So in this example, this is a binder that a program that I put together for a client. It was a mastermind series. And we use this yellow background, this really nice warm yellow background, and then this nice red font, some orange font, and we use clean, simple graphics. Do you see how these graphics, they are the same in style. That is so important when you're using graphics on your PowerPoint slides or things of that nature. Use graphics that are the same style. That again gives a cohesiveness and shows a stability in you. It shows a very professional look and feel, and that's something you need. So as you're searching for images, keep your imagery consistent as well. And we created PowerPoints with this background and beautiful, or these fun little icons. You see the colors there. It's just really nice. Other than that, one of the things that you can do is you can make up your own graphics. These are just pieces of color that I selected. It's not artwork that I had to purchase. And these are icons I created for my client. And you can get creative and create your own graphics. And you want to, consider your brand in that. I would like to say, I don't have an example, but, and I'll stop sharing my screen now, but one of the things that, I thought I was going to stop sharing my screen. I will figure that out here before I hang up. One of the things that I wanted to share with you is that you can create your own graphics, and then if you purchase graphics, I know that's something that our next guest is going to talk to you about, and you want to make sure that you're giving each piece that you put together consistent, have your message clear and concise so that people know exactly what you do. And then when that brand is consistent and congruent with who you are as an authentic and professional speaker, business expert, author, your audience is going to follow you. So those are my tips, Tanya.
Fantastic. How do people get a hold of you?
People can reach me just about anywhere on social media by using my name, Alicia White 911, ALICIA White 911, or you can go to my website, backoftheroomproductions.com or speakersheets.com.
Yay! Yay! Perfect. Thank you, Alicia. So now we get to see Miss Fabulous, Miss Barbara Ingracious. Barbara, why don't you just take it on? Give us some great info.
Well, thanks so much, and thank you to those who have preceded me. Alicia gave me a perfect lead-in, and she was talking about branding. I want to bring to your attention this C in a circle, which is a copyright symbol. And you may say, oh, it sends chills through my spine to think about copyright. But I'm here to help you manage copyright so it doesn't manage you. You don't want surprises from attorneys who aren't your attorney, on the envelope. So we know as speakers how important it is to respect copyright. As we're crafting our presentations, we're doing research, we're gathering content from other places perhaps. We need to be aware of what the terms and conditions are that allow us to use that. Also, we may need to seek permission, which might involve a license. It might involve a license fee. So these are things then to keep in mind. You pull the pieces all together and you create a unique whole, a unique work, and you own the copyright to that. You own the right to reproduce, distribute, create derivative works, perform, or display publicly. Now that perform and display certainly come into play as speakers. You want to protect your copyright, your content, and your presentation. Once your presentation is down in a fixed format, either paper or perhaps recorded, that fixes the copyright. You don't have to do anything else, although I do recommend a couple of other things. When an organization pays you to speak, they may assume that they also own the rights to your presentation. So it's important to have those expectations and agreements written out, settled before you begin. Have that settled out in a mutually signed agreement. They need to be clear. They're mutually signed. How might they want to use your presentation? Do they want to record it and put it on the internet? Do they want to transcribe it? Do they want to use pieces in their training program? Do they want to use pieces in their marketing? And those are areas that might require some licensing. What do you want to do with the presentation? Do you want to have your presentation to that group videotaped or recorded for your use in your business? Might there be release forms required then with people who are present in the audience? If you're doing slides, PowerPoint slides, or handouts, think about those, how you want those to be protected, what you are being paid for licensing. If you have used some graphics that you had to license or content you had to license, you may not be able to share that with someone, with the audience in a paper format. You may have a license only to project it, to show it to a group that's not recording. So it's always important to have a written agreement. Social groups might be very unaware of how copyright applies in their situations. They may think that since they've paid you, they own the rights to your presentation. They may actually think that they would be helping you by in your marketing by putting your name and your message out there. And so they just aren't aware of sometimes some of those finer details. It'll be your responsibility to educate them nicely through the written agreement or contract. So spelling it out very plainly. Always have that written agreement so that there are no surprises down the road. And these and other tips are available through my report, Copyright Tips for Speakers. And you can find that at managecopyright.com. That's my website, managecopyright.com. And remember, we're not talking about WRITE. We're talking about the right to make a copy, COPYRIGHT. And I'm Barb at managecopyright.com. Manage copyright, don't let it manage you. Thanks so much.
Yay, that was fantastic. I want to thank all of our guests today. If you're interested in being on the next collaboration circle, power of collaborating, all the fabulous things that we are doing, we'd love for you to jump in. It's easy to do. Just join the Public Speakers Association. And thank you for listening today. And please take advantage of getting to know these fabulous people. So goodbye, everybody.
Bye.